Hey guys, it is Cree, the government plug, and just want to do a quick training with you guys just to break down some of the myth around the government running out of money. The government shutting down, right? And just want to go over this to show you guys the difference between a government contractor, which is an independent contractor, and an actual employee of the government, right? Because government contracting, the shutdown, them running out of money, does not affect independent contractors. It does not affect government contractors. So I'm going to break this down and hopefully you'll get a better understanding of the difference between the two. So as you can see at the top where it says employment and labor laws don't apply for independent contractors. If for employees of the government, they are covered under federal and state employment laws, right? That means that, if we can't get any employment, nothing can happen if we're fired, even though we don't get fired. It's just, we aren't subject to all of the different laws and stipulations under the federal and state because we are not employees of the government. Right? So the second line here where it says independent contractors, how do we get paid? We submit proposals, right? We work directly with department heads and people directly in the organizations, right? As an employee, you have to complete a job application, which is handled by HR. You have to go on an interview. You have to do, your drug testing, your fingerprints. You got to go through all that process because you are getting hired on with the government versus being an independent contractor. We don't have to do any of those things, right? Independent contractors, we use our EIN, right? If you're an employee, most times when you're filling out your information, you're going to use your social, right? We can use our business EIN as an independent contractor. As a contractor, we also file 1099, meaning that at the end of the year, the government will send us a 1099, which will outline all of the money that we have made within the year, right? So there are no taxes or anything taken out. As far as an employee of the government, you will be filing a W-2 because you're actually getting wages, you're actually getting Social Security taxes taken out and all those different things. As independent contractor with the government, we get paid for daily, weekly, or hourly. We get paid a lump sum when the job is complete. As an employee, you're probably getting paid hourly, right? Or you're getting paid a salary, right? As an employee of the government, you receive, health care benefits, Social Security, you may get a 401k, you may get workman's comp if you get hurt, disability, unemployment, all of these things under the state and federal, employment laws, you are privy to. As an independent contractor, we get none of that, right? The government doesn't have to worry about paying us Social Security, 401, doing all that at all, right? Now, in the blue, you can see during this shutdown that they're talking about, guess who's still going to get paid? The government contractor is still going to get paid, right? Because money has already been set aside. It has already been allocated to small business. It has nothing to do with whatever the spending is being done to keep everything running, which is, paying employees and paying, state officials, government workers, things like that. So when they're talking about the government is going to shut down, they haven't run out of money, people are going to be furloughed, they are talking about the employees, right? Because it takes so much to have an employee. They have to, pay so many expenses when it comes to an employee. That's why contractors are paid a lot in the government contracting space. And the money is already set aside for spending for small businesses. So that money that's set aside for the contractors has nothing to do with the spending that's needed to maintain, to be able to pay the actual employees of the government. So hope that makes sense. I've been getting a lot of questions and messages about government shutting down. So I hope you guys have a better understanding about the difference between an independent contractor, a government contractor, and an employee. And while contractors are still getting paid, not worry about the shutdown, not even thinking about it because we know that it does not affect us.